If you've ever wondered how to make chainmail jewelry, I can teach you how to get started. Hey guys, Susan Thomas here, and today we're going to be talking chainmail. I'm going to teach you how to make a really simple pair of chainmail earrings, kind of get you started in the chainmail arena. These are kind of fun though because they're graduated chainmail earrings. So I think you're really going to like them, and we're going to have lots of fun today. So let's go over some of our tools and supplies. First of all, you will need jump rings to do chainmail. Chainmail is basically a bunch of rings put together. And sometimes I think it sounds complicated, but really if you think about chain, like the chains that we wear to hang our pendants on, they're made out of small jump rings, or many of them are, like cable chains. So jump rings put together make chain or chainmail. So we're going to start with our jump rings. I've got some fancy ones today. These are twisted jump rings. They look kind of like ropes, and they're graduated from 8 to 10 to 12 to 15 millimeter. You're also going to need some tools. I have got a chain nose plier here and also a flat nose plier. Now the significance of these is they're flat and smooth on the inside, and they're used for twisting open and close your jump rings. Then I do have a flush cutter because we're going to do a little addition of a bead at the bottom. So we're going to be making a connector with a head pin and a bead. And I have some little extras here. It's a couple of head pins to attach our beads to the bottom of the piece, and a couple really pretty pearls. So this is the pair of earrings I'm going to make. I did them in silver tone with kind of a yellow South Sea type looking pearl down at the bottom. I'm going to make them in a gold tone this time because I thought they'd be pretty with a brighter white type pearl. So that's the way we're going to work, and as you can see, they're kind of graduated top all the way down to the bottom. All right, to get started, what we're going to do is we're just going to start with the smallest jump rings, and we're going to attach them to an ear wire. I found it's a little easier to go ahead and attach your top jump ring to something like a clasp or an ear wire, because it gives you something to hold on to so that as you're connecting all these rings, you can tell which side's the top and which side's the bottom. So I have one jump ring attached to an ear wire here, and that's the beginning of my project. Next step is to take one of the smallest jump rings. These are 8 millimeter round jump rings. They're fancy. You can use plain ones if you want to, but these are 8 millimeter rounds, and I'm just going to use my 2 pliers to twist that open wide enough to fit another jump ring through there. So I'm going to put that onto that very first jump ring that I started with. Then, here's where it gets tricky. I'm going to add 3 more closed jump rings to that jump ring before I close it. So now you can see I'm holding it with my chain nose, and I'm going to twist it closed with my flat nose. Now, one of the most important things about opening and closing jump rings is you always want to make sure you twist them open and twist them closed. A lot of people automatically kind of want to pull them open and then try to push them back shut. Don't do that, because you will never get them back into a beautiful round shape again. So you always want to make sure you twist open and twist close. There's other reasons too, but that's kind of the most important. All right, so now you can see I have all of my jump rings connected here. This is the first one and the second one, and then there's those 3 hanging down at the bottom. Now, in between the outside 2, the third one in the middle, that's the one I'm going to go for. I'm going to grab that middle jump ring from the set of 3. And then you're going to find the opening. Hold it with your chain nose plier. Remember what we did. We twisted open like so, enough to fit more jump rings in there. So now we're graduating. So we started with all those. Those were all 8 millimeter round jump rings. Now we're going to go up to the 10 millimeter round jump rings. And so 1, 2, 3 of those go on there. So it's not difficult, but it's kind of cool because you're graduating, which adds excitement. So what I'm going to do now is then twist this jump ring closed, same as the others, and then I'll hold it up, and you can see you're kind of coming down with those jump rings, and putting those larger jump rings are making these guys above them kind of spread out a little bit. Now I've got to identify the center jump ring in the bunch of 3 that's at the bottom. So just grab that center ring and find the opening. Grab with your chain nose plier, twist it open, and now we're going to go for the 10 millimeter or the 12 millimeter round jump rings. So these are 3 12 millimeter round jump rings. They're all closed. Put them on there, 1, 2, 3, kind of the same system, and then twist it closed like so. So now you see why I put the ear wire on top, because every time I go to the bottom of this, I turn this upside down and it becomes a big jumbled mess. But when I grab the ear wire, it looks pretty again. So final step is we're gonna identify that middle jump ring on the bottom of this bunch here, but this time we're gonna add a jump ring and a bead and a jump ring. So let me put this down because I need to make my bead connector or my bead dangle before I do that. So I'm basically gonna make a beaded dangle to put in the center of this piece. So I'm just gonna put my pearl onto the head pin. And then I'm going to bend that head pin to the side. You can do this step with a one-step looper if you want to, but I'm going to make a loop at the top of this just using a round nose plier. So clip off the excess wire right here, and then I'm going to grab my round nose plier. Then I'm just going to roll this piece into a loop, like so. Now that same chain nose plier will open up that loop, but we don't need to open it now because we are going to attach it to another open jump ring. So those are my 3 pieces for the bottom. Turn this upside down again, identify that center ring, and we're going to twist it open. And then this time, using that 15mm jump ring, we put one on, then we put that little beaded dangle we made on there, like so, and then finally the other 15mm jump ring. Then close it up, like so. Bring it upside right, and voila, you've got graduated chainmail earrings. So here's what they look like in nice graduated, almost like a cascading effect. So it's not maybe what you think of for traditional chainmail, but it's an easy way to get started with chainmail. So just a reminder of all the tools and supplies we used today, folks. You are going to need some basic tools. I used a round nose plier, which we did not discuss at the beginning, to finish off my little beaded dangle, the chain nose and the flat nose plier, and I also used a flush cutter to finish my pieces. 4 different sizes of graduated jump rings, starting with 8mm, going to 10, going to 12, and then 15mm. And then we used some little pearls, some 10mm round pearls, and some head pins, and a pair of ear wires. Thanks so much for watching. If you guys would like to pick up some supplies like the ones we worked with today, check out the links down below. What other chainmail projects would you like to see us do? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell, and we'll see you again next time.